Hello everyone, and welcome back to the fourth and final installment of our remote work video series. If you're just joining us, I'm Mark Strassman, Senior Vice President and General Manager of Unified Communications and Collaboration here at LogMeIn. I'm also a full-time remote worker. In today's episode, I wanted to recap some of my most important advice by sharing some of the biggest pitfalls of remote work. These are struggles I still run into from time to time, and I need to work hard to actively avoid. The first is feeling like you're on call 24/7. When you're working from home, it is easy to blur the lines between your personal and work time, starting before the sun is up and ending well after dark. So you need to set boundaries for yourself and share them openly with your team and manager. Also, let your family or roommates know when you are working. When you work at home, setting these work and personal boundaries are even more important than when you're in the office. The next pitfall is not getting to know your teammates outside of the work environment. One of the more appealing aspects of a physical workspace is being able to openly socialize with your coworkers. You might find that you've taken those happy hour drinks and team building activities for granted, because when you aren't in the same space, it can be tough to establish and maintain this camaraderie. So as an alternative, consider connecting with your teammates for non-work related activities, such as virtual happy hour, lunch, virtual games together, or even doing an online training together, and make a concerted effort to ask colleagues and peers how they're doing what they've been up to outside of work. Another is feeling isolated, both mentally and physically. When work gets done in the same place as you eat and sleep, you may find it a little too easy not to leave the house. And while that sounds convenient, you've got to resist the temptation to stay inside all day. Try breaking up the monotony in your schedule with an afternoon walk. A change of scenery can really help you avoid feeling like nothing has changed throughout the day. Another big pitfall is FOMO, or fear of missing out. A common fear among remote employees, especially those with colleagues who are on site, is that important decisions are being made without them. To avoid that out of sight, out of mind stigma, you need to communicate as much as possible, clarifying anything that can be misunderstood, and you need to be proactive in reaching out and speaking up to get the information you need. Now that concludes our series of remote work tips. For even more resources and best practices, be sure to check out our Remote Work Resource Center. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time.